Yo, the Christmas update released and, in my opinion, it's a mid-update. So, in this video, I'ma tell what's new in this update and tell the things I didn't like that much. So, let's begin, alright? Remember, all of this is my opinion and maybe what disappoints me it's great for you. After all, I'm a man with high-quality standards. So, let's go point by point, alright? First, let's talk about the event currency itself. The ornaments. The ornaments when I was recording the footage for this video were much harder and tedious to obtain, so you will see that I get almost none on the video. Well, I have an issue with the ornaments, and it's that almost all the things from the update cost only ornaments. I farmed Ichor expecting that this update was going to release things for Ichor, but the only thing you can buy for Ichor is Babette, and it's the same Ichor that you need to buy Glisten. Another thing I don't like about the ornaments is that they are going to reset to 0 at the end of the update. It would be okay if I didn't spend 200 Robux for ornaments before they buffed the ornaments. Now me and probably almost all the people that bought them for Robux are angry. That was pretty fast and straightforward, and that's because the ornaments are not bad. The points I said about them are pretty situational and they only affect some players. But the issue is not the ornaments themselves. The real issue is what you buy with ornaments. That's right, I'm talking about the tunes. So what's wrong about the tunes, Sproutah? They seem pretty fun, may some people ask. And yeah, you guys are kinda true. These tunes are fun to play. And yes, in my opinion I had fun with 3 out of 4 tunes from the update. But they have a major issue, an issue that makes them feel lazy. And that issue, believe it or not, is that they copied other tunes' animations or ability. For example, Rudy, the starter from this update, has the same stats as the Chad's Box 10 and Poppy. I won't count that as a copy because he has the starter stats, but what I'm going to count as a copy is his ability and animations. If you look closely, Rudy's animations, if we don't count the idle animation, are the same animations as Louis'. Not joking, it's the same. And the ability is just nerfed flutters active with less cooldown. After all, this issue Rudy has doesn't mean that for me Rudy is a bad tune. I just mean that they could have worked more on this tunes. Another example of this is Ginger. She has the same stats as Cosmo, but she sacrifices some speed and stealth for skill check. Also, she has almost the same ability as Cosmo, but the cooldown is 40 seconds longer. If I'm honest, it's not that bad because it compensates with a goofy long range that reaches almost all the map. I like a lot healers, so I liked her, but I still like Cosmo and Jesus Sprout more. And finally, the tune that suffers more this issue is Cole, yeah. Cole has the same stats as Flutter. Not joking, they have the same. And the ability is just Pebble passive, a mid ability in my opinion, with a long cooldown. A really, really long cooldown, but even if she's a copy, I think she's the tune I like the most to play with. It just feels right, you know. Welp, we're missing a tune. Better said, a main. And believe it or not, she may be the worst tune from the update. Yeah, I'm talking about Babette. So, Babette is the tune with the most original abilities from the update. But does this even matter? When you check her stats, you can notice that they are strange. Just as Scraps, she has a lot of stamina. But to compensate, she doesn't have good speed, stealth, extraction speed. And even if she has 4-star skill check, there are better options like Shelly. And her abilities are not good either. Her active is Connie's, but you can't move and have bigger cooldown. And her passive is just Astro's passive for your teammates in a tiny area around you. And when I say tiny, I really say tiny. So this ended up being disappointing, and Babette will probably become the worst main of all. Now it's time to talk about the Twisteds and the respective trinkets. Let's start with Rudy's. Also, I gotta say that the captures I took are from 2 days ago, so the percent of research is highly different from the real percent I have right now. So, Rudy's Twisted is meh, just another common Twisted. But this Twisted is easier to distract because the light it emits from his nose. Overall, a goofy Twisted. His trinket is just a grinding trinket, there's not much more for it. It only highlights the ornaments for a bit. 5 out of 10. And then we have Twisted Ginger. This Twisted is so annoying. I hate it so much. She is slower than a 3-star movement speed toon walking, but she has an extremely large attention span. When the update came out, she had a 25-second attention span. I'm not joking. Later, it was changed so the attention span is of 10 seconds. Still a big attention span, but not as challenging as before. Her trinket makes that when a toon uses his ability gains 30 stamina. I mean, it's not good, don't use it. 3 out of 10. And then we have Twisted Paws. Alright, I'll stop with that joke. When I first saw this Twisted, I thought it didn't have an ability, but later I realized that she is a lot faster on blackouts than on normal floors. I'm talking about she passes from being one of the slowest toons to one of the fastest. That's dangerous if we pair it with her long attention span. Just be careful at blackouts, okay? Also, her trinket is brick but better. It gives you 20% less speed and 10% less stealth. A better brick for challenges. 10 out of 10 if you know what you are doing. If you are looking for good trinkets, it would be a 0 out of 10. And then we have the best Twisted from the update, Twisted Bobette. Since she's a main, she has the ability to run where an item got picked up by a player. A very dangerous ability. And also, she has almost the same speed as Twisted Pebble, making her probably the most dangerous Twisted not from the update, if not from the entire game. Her trinket was bugged at first, but now it works as intended and it's just a really bad trinket, just as the average main trinket. 2 out of 10. And I don't really have much to say about the skins. Some people will like them, some people will not. I can't give an opinion about that. Also, in this clip I thought the skins costed Icor and I got nervous because I couldn't bought them. Silly me. So in conclusion, this update could have been better, but at least is not awful. I think it deserves a 6 out of 10. I hope the next events get better and better over time, but this was a great starter event. After ending the video, I would like to ask you if you want to subscribe or give a like if you like my videos. I ask you to do so because some studies affirm that a lot of people that like your videos forget to subscribe. Bye to everyone. If you have other opinion than me, I would like if you told me on comments. Also, you have on the screen one of my videos if you want to check.